Alright, are you yokels finished with your characters yet? We're burning game time.
Excuse me, screen boss. Am I going blind? Because I can't seem to find the Jedi career.
Well, you can't find the Jedi career because there isn't a Jedi career.
Say what?
There aren't any Jedi in this game.
That's what I thought you said, sir. You lured me here under false pretenses. I was given to understand that you were running Star Wars.
I am running Star Wars. This game's all about the galactic underworld, though. You're supposed to...
False pretenses, sir. Star Wars requires lightsabers. Proven mathematical fact.
Oh, whatever. Just quit whining and come up with something.
Welcome to Roleplay Roulette, where we take the bullets for you.
Today's game is a licensed property, and one we're sure needs no introduction. If you watch our show, we're gonna guess you know your way around Star Wars.
George Lucas's science fantasy epic basically resurrected an entire genre for a new generation and inspired a massive and dedicated fan base.
Somehow that fanbase survived the prequels. We're still waiting with bated breath for the premiere of Episode 7 later this month.
Edge of the Empire is set in the Star Wars universe, but it looks at that setting from a very specific angle. Players take on the role of seedy smugglers, traders, bounty hunters, and mercenaries adrift in the shadowy galactic underworld. In the course of trying to make a credit, honest or otherwise, the player characters will travel to the Rim and beyond, crossing paths with space pirates, hired guns, and agents of the dreaded Hutt cartels.
Even if you manage to steer clear of the various alien criminals and the perils of uncaring space, there is one enemy that casts a shadow over the entire galaxy. The Empire. Here, at the height of its power, it seeks to crush all who flout its brutal new order.
At its heart, the new Star Wars game is a dice pool system. Its big twist is custom dice, which come in two types. The ones that represent the player's skills, attributes, and powers, and the ones that represent the level of difficulty. The player rolls both and compares the result for level of success.
Assemble your dice pool, roll it out, and your GM will interpret the results. Special symbols from both sets of dice count, regardless of the overall result. So even a failure can have a silver lining, and even a success can have a cost.
Character generation involves selecting a species, career, and specialization. There are 8 races available in the core book, and nearly every source book adds 3 or more.
Careers are the character classes, while each career's specializations are refined subsets of that career's general concept, with a talent tree that allows a fair amount of customization. And yeah, you can buy into multiple specializations, allowing for even more diversity.
The motivation for each character in Edge of the Empire is termed an obligation. You might owe money to a merchant prince or crime lord, be wanted for a crime, or even have an allegiance to a cause. The higher your obligation score, the more likely this personal motivation is to rear its head and demand attention.
You can gain or lose obligation, and it can change along the way, but it doesn't ever go away entirely. This way, you always have a reason to go out there and do something. You're never entirely off the hook.
The good news is that you managed to lose most of Clorgo's goon squad in the back alleys of Nar Shaddaa. The bad news is that you also managed to lose yourselves.
What? Shoot, how are we gonna find our way back to the ship now?
Well, I distinctly remember somebody saying that they had a plan.
Hey, I lost most of the bad guys. You can't argue with, most of success.
Bleep bloop bleep bloop bleep bleep. Beep boop bleep bloop bloop bloop. The hangar door is sealed shut and Clorgo's goons are spraying blaster fire your way. You're able to take cover behind a makeshift barricade.
Do something!
I'll slice the door. Ah, crap, I failed. I do have 2 advantages and a triumph though, does that help?
Okay, you inadvertently trip an emergency bulkhead release. The gangsters are locked on the other side, but you're now trapped in an airlock. Beep boop beep boop beep boop.
You know what would be really helpful? If we had some sort of a handheld sword-like device that could cut through things. Perhaps using, I'm just spitballing here, light of some sort?
Shut up.
I'll try the door again. That's better.
Okay, that'll do it. The hangar door hisses open. Looks like you have a clear path to... wait, what was your ship called again?
Why, the Tranquility.
I hate you. Okay, just for that, Clorgo's goons aren't giving up, and you detect several fighters launching in pursuit.
I swear, you steal one priceless artifact from a guy and he gets all pissy.
Gangsters. Who gets them?
All right, Edge of the Empire. What do we think here?
I like it. The specialist dice did take some getting used to, but
I rolled 2 wiggly dings with dots.
a wiggly ding with a wiggly do with a dot is an advantage.
These dice are nonsense, Jonathan. They're expensive nonsense.
Okay, the expensive part is fair. It will cost you like $12 per set of these.
I rolled one that looks like a cat in a manga walking away from you.
It's an explosion, not a butthole.
That is actually
Now
a
look,
triumph.
there's its tail, and there's its little cat butt.
Okay, that's a triumph, and we're getting a little far afield.
What if I rolled whatever this is?
Death Star window?
Disadvantage.
Star window!
If you turn the wingly ding upside down, it kind of looks like a Stargate.
I love Stargate.
Now, you like Stargate SG-1.
Okay.
No, SGU.
I'm sorry,
Oh, wow.
Stargate Special Victims Unit.
Shut up!
So Edge of the Empire
It's the Empire.
is a game. I do not like that there are no Jedi in this game. This
I
one...
was prepared to be upset about that until I rolled my pilot, and it looked like it was going to be so much fun. So much fun.
I know the Jedi are the movers and shakers
I
of
mean,
Star Wars, but
let's not lie. There's probably some Jedi in that underground.
Let me clarify, it does not have to be a Jedi. It has to be a Force user for it to feel like Star Wars. Well, there's the Force-sensitive thing, but it's a massive pain in the butt. The problem I have with the thing is I feel it feels purposefully cumbersome to implement. I get that notion from trying to build an assassin named Sloop Wapty-Doo.
not the most ridiculous name that Fox has ever come up with
It's,
for a Star Wars character.
Wapty-doo.
He's a Twi'lek.
All
I
right.
don't even have a name for my Wookiee pilot.
I think his name was...
I want to rip your
Fair
vocal
Junior.
cords.
Esquire.
That's what a Wookiee sounds like.
When he has a law
Esquire.
degree.
So,
The point was he was a flying carpet.
all right. So,
I hate you.
in a probably futile attempt to actually discuss the game,
It's hard to do. I've got toys in front of me.
I know.
I don't hate these. They've got a little chart that
They're-
shows you how to convert
yeah.
proper dice into these.
Exactly.
But you
The
shouldn't
biggest-
have to. You know what? If you roll a 1, you fail.
The intent, though, with the dice is that there are greater and lesser degrees of failure,
And there are greater and lesser degrees of numbers on a
And
20-sided
there are-
die.
100% true. Well, I was gonna say this is the issue that I take is they're utterly useless with every game except.
Star Wars. It's true.
I rolled a nothing.
That's good.
That's
a
actually good.
difficulty
That's
die.
a but.
Here, paid like $15 for a hunk of plastic with nothing on it. Just, no.
It's got other sides.
Okay.
They all have things on it. Look, this one's got a Stargate. This one's got 2 Stargates. Look at that. It's
Oh,
got
gee.
Stargate and Stargate STD.
Stargate Universe is great. It was
That is
canceled before its time, okay?
Absolutely.
This
You
one's
mentioned
got
the
a-
character you made. What'd you think of the Karagen system?
It was really easy, and I liked it, and I
It is
really
really
liked the
easy.
talent tree system. But I play MMOs, so having a
I was
talent
gonna
tree
say-
system was just intuitive for me.
I was-
This one looks like Samus's helmet.
But I will
Oh, it
say,
totally does. I never thought of that.
I guess it does.
Or a vagina.
It's a bikini bottom. This is where SpongeBob lives. If you roll
knew
this, you've got Patrick's. Or perhaps Sandy's.
Got Mr. Chris.
Ah, Jesus. They made the decision to make the first iteration of their new Star Wars game not focus on the grand galactic stage.
This gave them a lot of time for Disney to catch up with its new design decisions.
They were kind of waiting to see what Disney and their team did with Jedi.
Right.
So this was the first one that they released. There are a lot of books for this. Barring the modules, every single source book adds at least 3 new races.
I think that is an old game model,
It
and
really
I think
is.
that it is murderous for the hobby.
Yeah.
Like, look at what happened when 3.5 collapsed. It took half a decade for the industry to recover. When TSR collapsed, same thing. Wizards of the Coast is the only ones that did one thing right with the Star Wars game, and that's the Alien Anthology.
I would have liked to see a book like that for this.
And it's not to say that those books aren't otherwise valuable, because they
are.
They're filled
absolutely
with cool
are.
stuff. And that is the thing that needs to be said that's good of Fantasy Flight's development team on this project, is that they don't pad their books.
I mean, do we feel like this is better? Do we feel like it's...
I wouldn't say better.
I think that the engine is overall better.
See,
I really like Saga Edition.
I think this is actually my favorite, though the oddball dice mechanic did take some effort to wrap my head around.
So what do you think about the new stuff from Star Wars? Let us know in the comments below. Hit like and subscribe if you want to see more stuff, and we have more Star Wars videos coming out for you in the next couple weeks leading up to the release of Episode 7! This episode was made possible by donations from the Nemoidian Trade Federation, Clorgo the Hutt, and viewers like you. Thank you.